30 minutes.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another Gaming X Anime video. Today, we're doing our first podcast as the rebranded Gaming X Anime channel. And it's been a while since our last one. So this time we're throwing it out with a bang. We don't usually do, most of our podcasts have been anime related. But this time we're actually doing the other part of our name, we're doing a gaming related video. We decided that we're going to do our top 5 of each of us video games. Not in any particular order, just the top 5. We're joined today by, I'd say guest, but he's been here so often I might just have him on regularly now. But we have Anthony, or Astronaut559.
What's poppin', everybody? I'm Astronaut559. Very happy to be here once again today, and really excited to do this podcast with my top 5 favorite games list.
Yeah. At the end of the video, or during whatever, go ahead and look in the description. You'll see his channel. Go ahead and subscribe to him. Check out his videos also. He makes pretty good stuff. Similar to our stuff, gaming related, but it's definitely interesting. I just realized 559, does that have anything to do with our area code, Anthony?
Well, yeah, but...
You're just going to point that out? You're just going to tell?
But...
Well, I thought about it, and I'm like, huh.
Yes, that's where I got it from, but it's kind of working its way into its own like sort of mantra in on my channel. You know, the people, the subscribers are the 559 army.
Yeah.
They're all from
they're
all from a certain city.
But it's pretty funny. It's kind of a meme now. So on my channel, at least, it's kind of a meme. So it's alright. It's pretty cool.
Besides our guests, you have me, Guy. You have Diego, and then you have Jason. So the regular group today, we're having fun. We're also celebrating our 2,000 overall channel views.
Woo!
That's freaking poggers. I never
crazy.
thought we'd actually get that far.
Pretty epic.
Is Jason okay?
So I guess as the guest, we're gonna go ahead and start off with you, Anthony. What is your first game?
All right, so I do have a quick honorable mention just because it didn't fit on the list, but I wanted to talk about it just for a minute. GoldenEye on the Nintendo 64.
GoldenEye, okay.
I played that so much as a little kid, and it was so much fun, and just a really big nostalgia trip for me anytime I go and boot up the N64 again. So just want to get that out of the way. All right, so the first game is Subnautica.
Oh, wow.
I have played this game like at least 6 times through, and every single time I still just love it just as much as I did the first time.
If Adam was here, he would probably have that on his list too.
He plays it all the time.
He plays it a lot.
It is so much fun.
The Below Zero DLC or whatever it's called.
I do have it, but I haven't played it yet because it's not fully released yet. It's still early access. So
isn't it like basically its own game because of how large it is?
Yeah, it's its own separate story, but they just called it a DLC. And then they got criticized for calling it a DLC, even though it's its own separate story, because people are like, "Oh, you're just trying to pull an EA or whatever."
Isn't it like the price? Isn't it the price of a full game?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they could have just released it as a sequel, really.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. But yeah, Subnautica is just. I mean, the fact that the whole world is procedurally generated just blows my mind. That every single thing in that world is there because the developers put it there, and that's pretty phenomenal. And the story, it does have some, like weaker spots, and towards the end of the game it gets really grindy because you have to go through all basically the different biomes and get your resources and stuff again. But overall, the experience, just the whole, I guess you could say, sort of it with the precursors and all those new types of alien fish, and it's just super fascinating every time.
I think as a because water level theme are into that. Only game is the same as yours.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it, but I feel like for me personally, I get bored playing it.
Oh, for sure, most definitely. Like when you're trying to build the Cyclops or whatever, and you're especially like on your first run or so, you're like, oh god, I don't know where the lithium is from or whatever. So it definitely does get a bit grindy, but I do enjoy that, every single biome is interesting and it's dynamic and unique. So that way, at least some of the time or most of the time when you're trying to go out and look for resources, you're not taken out by the landscape, basically.
Right.
So, that Subnautica's my first game. If you haven't played it yet, why not dive in?
That's not funny, but okay.
That.
Now, that was only the precursor for the rest of your list.
Yes. All right. So, my second game on the list is Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga.
Oh, wow.
Did not expect a Lego Star Wars.
I will say, the Lego games are pretty good.
This
I
one...
remember playing Indiana Jones.
Indiana
I like
Jones
DC
is pretty good, too.
myself.
The Complete Saga that was like the first game I had ever played on like any sort of major console. So I was on that game for hours and hours and hours, and it was so much fun back then as a kid. And so definitely just for the nostalgia points and for all the memories that I've shared in that game, definitely going to be on my list for that one. And it's so simplistic that it's just so good because of that,
All right.
I have it downloaded. I haven't gotten the chance to play it because I have a couple other Lego games that I'm trying to get through. But for it being Star Wars itself, that's already pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. And then for the third game on my list, it will be Call of Duty Black Ops 2. So this is the first COD game that I had ever played in my life.
The best COD game ever made.
It's arguably the best one. And it is, just from the map design, some of the maps were kind of bad, like Aftermath and Drone. But for the most part, a lot of the maps I found pretty fun and dynamic. And then obviously the guns are really balanced. Like, there's not really a bad gun in the game, and there's not really an overpowered gun in the game either. So that was really cool for me. And then obviously just the whole dynamic with the online play. It kind of sort of revolutionized the way we see it today. And obviously some of that's kind of trailed off in recent years, but it definitely had a lasting impact on COD as a franchise.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. I mean, I'm no expert when it comes to FPSs, right? I don't play FPSs. I'm not great at FPSs. But for what it's worth, Black Ops 2 has got to be the best in the series. I mean, it's unfortunate that it was followed up by Ghosts, but at least the zombies is phenomenal.
Oh,
the
yeah.
story is phenomenal. I wish we had campaign still.
Yeah.
This was. I feel like Black Ops 2 was the golden peak for Treyarch before they got all, give me your money. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, and to add on to the story, I'm a sucker for when my favorite bands or whatever are a part of a video game project or something like that. And Avenged Sevenfold played a huge part in just not only building the soundtrack for the game and whatnot, but also they were literally in the game, in the campaign, in the club sequence towards the end of it when you're still looking for Menendez. They are literally the band playing in the club, and I find that pretty awesome. That is super badass to me.
I know which one you're talking about too. I know that mission. Oh, that was so cool.
So that was a major highlight for me as well, and the whole fact that the campaign is a lot of campaigns that allow you to make decisions, those decisions in the grand scheme don't really matter that much. But in this one, it seems like a lot of the decisions you make actually do have a pretty big impact on the game as a whole. So I really enjoyed that as well. And it makes it replayable, so that way you can see, what would have happened if I had made this other choice, So you can have different ways to go through, and I really enjoyed that. All right, so for my number 4 game, I have PUBG.
Okay.
And I might get some ripping for that, but
at least it's not Fortnite.
No, this is the exact reason I love PUBG so much more, is because Fortnite exists. Because PUBG is the exact thing that I want to see from any type of battle royale game, as opposed to this cartoonish, kiddie style where you can just build your way out of a problem. In PUBG, you have to oh my god, someone knows I'm right here. They're shooting at me. They know, how am I supposed to get out of this situation with my smarts and what I have available to me at the moment. And it's very realistic in that sense, as realistic as a battle royale game can be, of course. And it never gives you it never falters in giving you that sort of rush, that adrenaline rush that you're looking for in a game as high stakes as PUBG. So
my only problem with PUBG is I feel like the map can be a little too big because you can go like half the game without actually seeing people. And
This
I'll
is
also
true.
say that PUBG is a glitchy ass mess.
yes, and it'll always be, but it's my glitchy mess.
Fair enough.
One man's trash is another man's treasure.
You mean
Alright.
one man's trash is another man's treasure?
That's what I just said.
All right, and then for my final game, I have Halo 3.
Okay.
In my opinion, this is the best Halo game in the entire franchise.
It is. It's the best Halo game. Until Halo Infinite comes out, that's the best Halo.
Wait, which one?
Halo 3.
Halo 3.
Oh,
Uh,
ODST.
Need I say more? I mean, I think we're all kind of in agreement that this is the best one in terms of gameplay, story, like just about everything they did was so superior to the rest of the Halo games. Halo Reach is really good too, don't get me wrong. But this one was just it just opened up everything for them. And then they kind of, Halo 4 was all right. They kind of added a little bit to it. But then Halo 5 was pretty garbage. So
Halo 5 was garbage because Master Chief was like drunk the whole time because he lost
Yeah.
Cortana.
Exactly.
No, he was a simp.
He was a simp for
was a
Cortana.
So I think Halo 3 was like the last, like, pretty much incredible game that they have put in that franchise.
So to restate your 5, you had
Subnautica, Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga, COD Black Ops 2, PUBG, and Halo 3.
Oh, okay. So Subnautica was an honorable mention. It was in your 5.
No.
Yes,
it was
GoldenEye
that
was the
other
honorable
one.
mention.
Yeah.
Oh, GoldenEye. Right. All right. Well, I like your list is pretty good. It's pretty. It's not all one genre or anything or one company. It's pretty distributed.
Spread out.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think it's Jason's turn. What's your list got like? What do you got?
Well, the first game I'm probably gonna like hit the home run is probably Dead Space 2.
Dead Space 2.
Please.
Fire.
Probably one of the best underrated games
Ow.
that EA has probably made for horror. I'm just so sad now that they stopped the production of Dead Space because there was supposed to be a fourth, but they shut it down.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
really?
probably because EA couldn't figure out a way to squeeze money out of it.
No, I mean they could have gone with the franchise, but like it's just that I guess they didn't have anything else to do. Like after like the ending for Dead Space 3, like, oh, let's just discontinue it.
They were busy making NBA 2K20.
Mm,
I see now.
21.
But like Dead Space 2
my
is
bad.
probably,
21.
I'd say Dead Space 2 is probably what a sequel should be. Because in the first game, the guy doesn't speak at all. The only thing he hears is screams. And the way he's just
Your
dying.
pain and agony.
That's all you hear. But like the first game was pretty scary back in 2009. So
2009.
Yeah.
but like it was so unique back in that time period when gaming was barely starting to starting to develop. So I would say that'd probably be my strong number one.
Okay, what's
First
your
game.
All right.
what's
That's a
your
good
next
one, too.
Yeah.
My second one, Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Oh gosh,
Now I
That's
know
a
at the
EA
beginning.
hype train. EA hype trade.
that's a
I
controversy.
never played the
Okay,
second
Star Wars
one. I only
Battlefront
played the
2 is
first.
what a game should not be at the beginning. It was garbage when it first came out. The pay to win system was just so high.
Right.
There was no chance. But then EA actually listened to the community for once in their lives and actually turned around a game that was actually pretty
Are you
garbage.
sure it wasn't because they got sued to hell for the loot boxes?
Well, that's beside the point, but yeah.
Beside the point.
I will give
But I
him.
think EA did a good job in terms like actually pulling it off, like bringing back a dead game.
I definitely agree with you there.
The campaign was pretty good.
Yeah.
I had a campaign.
Yes.
Well, yeah, but like,
it was pretty
Actually,
short.
didn't know about that. Oh,
it was a
okay.
short and sweet one, but like it's just when it came to like multiplayer and all that, they just had so many problems. But then if you play it right now, you have a much better experience than when you first played it back in beta.
Most
And,
definitely.
like,
Star Wars Battlefront 3 when?
It's two.
I don't know. We'll have to see. And that goes on to my next one,
Mhm.
freaking Rainbow Six Siege.
Okay.
Oh, gotta scrap that one out.
Another game that didn't do very well at launch, and as time goes on, it's starting to get better and more players.
Yeah, didn't
So-
it take like 2 years for the game to actually like?
Come back,
It took
yeah.
a long time for
It
it
took
to
a
go up.
while to come back
Right.
Yeah.
because like they just had no content for the game, and I thought they were gonna give up on Siege, but I'm glad they didn't. Now it
Yeah,
turned
they
into like
kept
this
bringing it up.
amazing piece besides competitive mode, but we won't get into that.
Everyone talks about Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, but no one ever talks about Tom Clancy's The Division.
No one cares about Division.
No one cares
Who cares?
about Division.
Good
Or,
concept,
what's that
poorly
other one?
executed.
They had
I would
another
say.
one. I forgot what's it called.
I have no idea.
Was it
Rainbow
Ghost
Six
Recon
Siege is the
or
only
something?
one.
Ghost
Oh
Recon.
yeah,
Oh,
Ghost
and then-
Recon.
Yeah, that's what it was. That
Yeah,
one,
but we don't
no
talk
one really
about the
cared.
Ghost Recon
They had like
series.
a collab with Rainbow Six characters, and it didn't.
Yeah, for like
do
one
much.
mission.
Yeah, for that's it though. It was like Cav and Twitch and someone
And
else.
Valk.
Valkyrie.
Well, the thing about Siege is that another thing you gotta do with these competitive shooter games is the toxicity.
Oh.
This is why you don't play alone in terms of like Siege, because if you play alone, like in casual, the whole team's partying up. Let's just kill you or kick you from the
Filthy
game.
casual.
But then again, that's why I like Siege. It's pretty toxic.
You like it because it's toxic?
No,
We
that's
have
why
to
I-
return to those Modern Warfare 2 days.
Oh yeah, speaking of my
lobbies.
fourth one on the list, it's
Okay.
Modern Warfare 2.
Gotta mark that one off too. I'm kidding. No, I didn't have that one.
So
You can't
Yeah.
lie to me. Modern Warfare 2 was the golden age of what toxicity was. But yet,
Toxicity, game
but
chat.
Black Ops 2 was.
Nice.
It's where boys go in that become men right after the experience of search and destroy lobbies.
Most definitely. Oh my god. Those were
If you
terrible.
like, every time you go in the lobby, you heard almost every bad word there can possibly be.
every bad word. Why don't you demonstrate some for us, Jason?
No, because we'll get demonetized.
No, because I'll
Yeah.
censor it.
No, I won't. I won't.
Just bleep them. Just
Well,
say a
let
word
us hear it.
and
Let us hear
they'll
it.
just think you'll say it.
No,
Just say
I won't.
whatever.
Pretty
I don't
please.
need to. No.
You can say chicken. We'll bleep that out and saying it as like some kind of bad word. Oh yeah, you're right. Never mind. Yeah,
They won't survive a Modern Warfare 2 lobby.
they wouldn't. None of these kids now. Whatever.
None of them.
And my final one would probably be the golden triumph of what a game is really good at.
Mm-hmm.
Fallout 4.
Fallout 4.
Solid choice. Solid choice.
Very solid choice.
What about New Vegas though?
Well, Vegas was good, but like Fallout 4 is kind of better in terms of customization
Mm-hmm.
and player. I mean, like, it's just a unique and good story, and they fixed a lot of things that Fallout 3 didn't have, or fixed that Fallout 4 has now. For instance, back in Fallout 3, you couldn't save your game. You had to automatically save it yourself.
Yeah.
Like, it wouldn't auto-save. So if you died at a certain point and you forgot to save, you have to go back all the way to the last point you actually saved,
Oh god.
which is a very nuisance. Another thing, too, there was no running in the game. So game
There was no
faces-
running.
Yeah, so like
And-
trying to get somewhere was the hardest thing you could do because you experience death claws, robots, ghouls, just anything in the wasteland which is
gosh.
trying to kill you, and you can't run away. You have to at least fight them or try and run away. And it was just so slow, but like yeah, Fallout 3 was so good. So that's why I would pick Fallout 4 for customization, for the story,
Mm-hmm.
and for the choices you can make that will affect the game later on. So that's
All right.
that's all my 5.
Well,
Dead
I gotta
Space
give it
2.
to you. That was a very solid list.
Dead Space
gotta give
2,
it to you.
Star Wars, Rainbow, Modern Warfare 2, and Fallout 4. That's my
Were
list.
4 out of those 5 are FPSs? Well, I don't know. Would you consider Dead Space a first person?
No, it's third
This is a
person.
first person.
It's third person, but it's
Oh,
a
right.
survival.
So
it's a
you-
survival in the.
Yeah,
it's a
3
survival.
FPSs, a horror game, and then Fallout.
Well, I wouldn't
That's solid.
consider Star Wars because you can play third person. That's usually I play third.
Oh,
person.
you can?
Yeah, third and first person, but you can't
Pretty
play.
sure.
As,
Okay. It's still a shooter, though.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure most people played third anyways.
All right. Well, I'm glad none of you guys had any of mine. But I'm gonna
Nintendo.
start off with a honorable mention before I get to my 5. The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus is a jumbled up mess of a game that the coding is so bad that the mod UI is so bad that the whole community trashes it every day. We are getting our final expansion, hopefully at the end of this year. But of course, the Modelo virus
Model.
hurt it a lot. But for you guys who don't know what the Binding of Isaac is, it's basically a roguelike dungeon game where the rooms are randomly generated and you collect items from item rooms or devil deals or ranger deals and you fight the bosses until you eventually kill your mom at the end of the game.
Oh,
Quality content.
It's great. But that's enough for my honorable mention. I'm gonna get to my 5. My first one is Arkham City, Batman Arkham City. It was between Arkham City and Arkham Knight, but I think in terms of story, I think Arkham City has Arkham Knight beat. I think it's the twist. The ending is phenomenal. The play style is great. I don't think there's a single complaint I have with Arkham City except for maybe sometimes the textures and stuff struggle to load. But the game's old. That's all there is to it.
I mean,
And I have to
you're
give more
on the Switch.
I also
So
have to give it more props too because it was able to. The companies were able to make a phenomenal game like this all the way back when it came out. I think 2010, 12, something like that.
I don't know. A
Whatever
lot
the
of games
case,
back on the 360 and PS3 just peaked
Yeah.
in terms of story and like people cared for it.
I mean, it's a solid sequel to Arkham Asylum because it not only improves it, it makes it a way bigger open landscape. Origins came along and ruined it though, but we don't talk about Origins. Origins is garbage. Arkham City, one of my first 5. My second one, so it came out in 2012. It's a really old indie game. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's called Minecraft.
Oh.
what is that? Never heard of that before.
The biggest game ever made, most popular game ever made, is on every single platform you could probably think of. I mean, you could play this shit on the side of your refrigerator if you got one of those touchscreens. I've seen it.
Yep.
It's incredible. I mean, the way the community comes together with certain maps and the marketplaces. I mean, it's insanity how open of a game this is. For it being a sandbox, I mean, you'd think eventually people would get sick of it, but no.
Something new every day. You could build a computer in it, like
right. Like it's
crazy.
It's insanity how much the devs give us to be able to do, and updates come out like every couple of months too.
Yep. It's
my next one. I guess during these times this is a very controversial game. Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. Not gonna get controversial. I know the community's in some shit right now, but I am not a professional Smash player, so I did not have to deal with that.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like Plague Inc. or something as a controversy.
Oh,
I really thought you were gonna
that's
say
a
that.
mobile game.
honorable mention.
Honorable mention.
But
Plague.
but Smash Bros is great. I mean, it's Smash Bros. There's nothing I can say. I main Ike, whatever you will. Now my next game, it was a coin toss between Breath of the Wild or Ocarina of Time. But I think the ingenuity that went into the game and the different dynamic things you can do, I think Breath of the Wild took it for me. For the first open world Legend of Zelda game, it looks incredible. I mean, I would compare it to open world games like Skyrim or Fallout or what's another really big open world game? Wizards of Warcraft. I mean, you know what I'm saying. I mean, Breath of the Wild is incredible.
Wizard 101.
I mean, Minecraft.
Yeah, right. Like Minecraft. Breath of the Wild it's like the creators threw the regular formula and they're like, nah, dude, this is garbage. And they made a whole entire new engine to run Breath of the Wild on. I mean, that's something. The sequel, it's coming out soon, probably winter, but that's my Zelda for the day. The next one, it's another probably lesser known game franchise. It's called Danganronpa. It is a Japanese.
You gotta specify
visual,
which one.
Danganronpa 2.
Alright.
It is a visual novel Japanese game made by Spike Chunsoft, and Danganronpa as a series. I'm gonna say this: the first game came out in like 2010. it was not going to be brought over to the States for a long at all. And then the fans took it, completely subtitled it in English, and fan made the English version. And that was there for a while. Then the second game came out, and the second game was actually taken by fans and subtitled before it was released
Jesus.
in Japan.
Jeez.
So
And then
cool.
there's the third game, and there's a bunch of, and there's a spin-off, but I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about Danganronpa 2, the best Danganronpa game. How do I say this? It's like if you took Phoenix Wright, sprinkled in some visual novel Japanese-ness, and killed people, and there you go. That's Danganronpa 2. It's great. And I think that's my list. I had Minecraft, Smash Bros, Breath of the Wild, Dangan 2, and then Arkham City, and then Binding of Isaac as my honorable mention.
Another thing about Minecraft, though, even when everyone was like, the community's dead or whatever, there was still 20 million players monthly. Like,
people are always trying to find an excuse for
blows
Minecraft.
my mind.
Because people who don't like Minecraft really don't like Minecraft.
Yeah.
But there's such a minority of people.
Yeah.
I mean, it can't be the number one game and have a huge fan base that hates it. That doesn't really
Right.
make sense. Now, the first before Minecraft was number one, it was Tetris. So it beat Tetris for the first spot.
2 block games.
Right, basically, it just proves that people like simple stuff, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Blocks
I mean,
are superior.
Look at Happy Wheels.
Blocks.
Happy Wheels is fun.
For
I still like Happy
simplicity.
Wheels.
Look at Legos.
Look at right,
Yeah.
all the Lego games.
Yep.
But I think it's Diego's turn. What you got, Diego? What's your 5?
Whoa. My first was going to be Rainbow Six, but someone already took that. But that is... Alright, I'm just going to put that as an honorable mention. So I'm just going to replace it with my backup for Black Ops 1.
Okay.
And the reason why I chose Black Ops 1 instead of, Black Ops 2 or, Modern Warfare 2,
Right.
compared to those two and the campaign, I don't know why, but Black Ops 1's campaign just hit me a lot. Like, it was amazing how, Mason was, being interrogated, psychologically, being forced against his will because he didn't know what was happening. And we had to, go through, memories, and we had to play through the memories, and it's I found it amazing for me.
It's
You
like
get to play, Reznov in the Cold War.
It's like the aftermath of World at War, basically.
Yeah, basically. That's what it's really good, and I liked it a lot. And not only that, but also the zombies. The zombies maps were really good, especially now because, in Black Ops 3, they, revamped them because everyone loved them.
Right.
Kino Der Toten, that was, a iconic map. 5, they added Dead Ops Arcade, which was a little fun thing. Barak, all those maps. Those were, my childhood gaming maps that I play with my friends and all that.
Okay, Black Ops 1. I mean, it's not as great as Black Ops 2, but I get you had to use it because Jason already used Black Ops 2.
I
Yeah.
didn't use Black Ops 2.
I would say for me, my second favorite would be Modern Warfare. But
The first COD 4.
what?
Yeah.
What?
COD 4 Modern Warfare, or what do you mean just by
Yeah,
No,
which one?
you said the first?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, the second one I have is Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions.
Dude,
Yeah.
Shattered Dimensions is so good.
It's so good. Come on. You get to play 4 different Spider-Man. They have both different fighting styles. Especially my favorite one is Noir, because he has the stealth style to him. So it's unique in that way. And they all
And they-
fight different and they all fight the same enemy Spider-Man has, but they all have different designs because of the timeline they're in.
What's
and
the
it's fun.
Spider-Man game where you have this evil or good meter, and if you're evil, you end up being Black Spider-Man,
That's Web of Shadows.
Dude, I think that was my favorite Spider-Man game. I don't know why, but it just hits.
But then
are
again,
different.
for Shattered Dimensions, you got 4 amazing voice actors to go with it.
Josh Keaton is my favorite one. He plays the Black
Exactly.
Spider-Man. Holy crap.
Exactly.
Who voices Noir Spider-Man?
I forgot exactly who
I
it
know
was, but I know
Neil
he's
Patrick Harris.
If it's not Nicolas Cage,
he voices
then I
it
don't.
amazing. No, it's not Nicolas Cage. Honestly, I like this one's better than the Nicolas Cage one. Honestly, Nicolas Cage is just
I
a
was
meme.
thinking about buying a Nicolas Cage like cutout and having it like behind my couch.
You want to see there's actually, I could send you a pillow that has Nicolas Cage inside of a banana.
I know.
I will send you a link to
there's
that.
There's a pillow where like those things where like if you rub the pillow or something, the things will go up and it'll reveal something under like the sparkly things.
Yeah.
There's a Nicolas Cage one of those.
Yes.
There's a Danny DeVito one too.
I've seen that one too.
Yeah.
Man, that's awesome. All right.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see. My third one is going to be Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Okay, I will say I had that as one of my honorable mentions, so it's a good thing. I went before you, otherwise I think I would have been out of luck.
Okay. Well, in Black Flag, in any case, I think it was amazing. I think it's cool how and a pirate is
it's
also
the
an
best.
assassin.
It's the best Assassin's Creed game.
Well, people will say like the third one or Ezio or like the best ones, but
those people are wrong.
no, I mean, those are good ones. But like
But
for me personally, I like the way how Edward Kenway is just a pirate and he just joined the assassins kind of for money at first. He just wanted to like go on adventures and all that,
Right.
But then he kind of started like getting involved with the assassins a bit more towards like the game, and then he just hits it off from there. And that's how that game was also when they first like involved like actual combat in ships.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they did a good job with it.
I mean, there is the whole dock right next to a ship in heavy fire, and you're able to just destroy him instantly. But we don't talk about that.
But
I will say, I liked Black Flag so much that I 100%ed it, and the DLC, and Rogue. I mean,
oh yeah, Rogue's a good one too.
And what's the one where you play as his second crew guy after he leaves? I don't know why I'm blanking on the name of it right now. But Freedom Cry.
Adewale.
Adewale. But oh my gosh, it's such an improvement over Assassin's Creed 3. I did not like Assassin's Creed 3, and a lot of people will say that's their favorite, but I do not. First off, I don't like Connor. I think he's like so stereotyped, brute guy, and he loses his cool constantly, and I don't like him very much.
Yes, I wonder why. It's not like his whole village was burnt to a crisp. His mom died. Yeah, I wouldn't be angry too.
And his father was the one that did it, basically.
And Batman's parents got gunned down. You don't see him going around and putting people in the hospital.
Yeah, but that was his home, though, that was burnt down, and his mom was killed right in front of him. Okay, I see how you...
And it was his dad that did it.
That's not very inclusive of him. Just
saying. I know.
Yes.
But I have a problem with Black Flag. My problem with Assassin's Creed 3. How the heck are they just gonna kill off our boy Desmond like that? All right. And literally the only mention you get of him in the later games is like these audio tapes or something. And I'm like, dude, for real? I mean, they basically threw away the main plot point of the first, literally every other game before 4, and they're like, yeah, he's just gone. You play as a random person now.
We use his memories now.
We just have
random people. Yeah.
Hey, character, what's that?
Where's your plot armor now?
Speaking of Assassin's Creed, have you guys seen the Valhalla? I think it's out, or people have it.
They have it?
Brad has it.
Of course he does.
And I've seen like other people. The people that are playtesting or whatever, or reviewers have it, and it looks kind of nutty. I don't really think I think they're just calling it Assassin's Creed now for the sake of the franchise, but it's definitely not. They lost the assassin part of the Assassin's Creed games after 4.
I could see that. I'd still yeah, okay.
I'm like, all right.
I see.
Okay, so the next one, I put this one kind of just for nostalgic reasons, and it's Mortal Kombat 9.
Okay.
Yes, Striker.
This one,
Yes.
yes, repeatedly. I only put this one mainly because the moment I got it on my PS3, I constantly played it, regardless on what other games it was, like, or what other games I had. And I'd always want to like fight against my cousins.
Your parents let you play Mortal Kombat?
Of course they did.
Of course they did.
My dad would always want to fight me in Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter. And I think I got super addicted to that game because after that, I just kept playing 10 and then 11, but I didn't get to play 11 that much.
11 is
it just kind of threw out for me.
so fun. I mean, the Aftermath's great.
Yeah. But what got me into like going into 9 was because I had a PSP and I had Deadly Alliance on there.
Yeah.
It's kind
a
of
lot of people like Deadly Alliance. I will say, in terms of fighting games, I think Tekken 7 is probably my favorite personally. Well, besides Smash Bros, of course, but Tekken's a great. If you have a PlayStation and you haven't gotten Tekken 7, I recommend checking it out because the fighting in that game, the way it makes you feel, is unreal. I don't think there's anything better than that.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty nice. I used to have Tekken 6, but then I gave it to some cousins in Mexico.
I have Tag Team Tournament 2.
Yeah,
that one's almost better than Tekken 7.
I had one of the Tekkens on the original PlayStation. That was pretty fun.
I actually don't know if
it doesn't work anymore, but
are you still able to customize characters in Tekken 7? Because I remember you could in Tekken 6.
I don't know if that's a thing anymore. And if it is, then no one's using the mode because I don't see it.
Really?
I mean, Soul Calibur, you can do that in Soul Calibur.
Oh, what? Okay.
But Soul Calibur's not super fun.
I love how I looked up right now, on Safari. I just put Kaz, like K-E-Z, and the first person is Kazuichi Soda.
Nice!
I'm just putting that out there real quick. Okay.
Kaz, the first thing. Well, it might also be based off of your previous search history, because Google likes to assume they assume what you're trying to find, so that might be it too.
Really?
Well, I don't know if I look it up, is it the same thing? Kaz.
I'm gonna look up someone that I don't look up.
No, for me the first thing is K-A-Z is the first thing you did?
Well, it's not the first thing. It's like he's like all the way he's like the sixth thing to pop up.
Well, for me the first thing is a show called Kaz. Oh. And then Kaz Jewelry. And then our cartoonist. And then the YouTube channel.
And then the YouTube channel.
Yeah, no, Kaz isn't on here for me.
Shout out to Kaz.
What is it? I wonder what happens if I look up H-E-N-T. Oh wait, oh. All right.
Off-brand, no.
Okay. Well, there we go. And Mao, my last one would be Danganronpa V3.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, I'm just gonna appreciate Kyle for getting me involved with it. Yes, thank you. The first one was good. I liked it. Second one, yes, it was also good. And then 3, I liked it a lot though for some reason compared to the other 2, especially the way how it played out.
My name Gonta.
Gonta. Like your profile picture.
Hell
Gonta.
Yeah.
It's a pretty cool guy. All the characters, they have really amazing character designs and looks to them. I really like how everyone looks. And same thing with the story. The whole story is like crazy. I think isn't it longer too, right?
So 3, if you put 1 and 2 together, 3 is still longer.
Yeah.
And all the story stuff, oh my gosh. You could play 3 forever.
Yeah. There's a lot to do even after you beat the main.
It's better than Ultra Despair Girls, that's for sure.
It's the second best. That was my backup.
Ultra Despair Girls is your backup?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
No,
the community will typically people will tell you Dangan 2 is the best and Kokichi's the best character. That's typically the general consensus for the community. So that makes you an outlier because you prefer the third game.
Well, yeah, too bad.
Well,
I don't care what other people think.
Kokichi's still the best character, though. I'm just gonna say that.
Sure. Okay.
And as cool as Gonta is, he's kind of. I mean, he literally does nothing. He's
No,
kind of.
he's a gentleman.
Very simple. Yeah, he was also raised by lizard men. What's your point?
I guess.
Anthony, you have a PlayStation. You have a PS4, right?
No, I don't.
You have a PC?
You got PC, though?
I do have a PC, yes.
Oh.
I'm sure you can run it.
You have any money?
You got money?
You got money?
How much is it?
Well,
depends
I
which one
would
you
get
get.
all three, like in the package.
It's 60, isn't it?
For all
three of
three?
them?
Yeah, it's 60 for all three games.
I'd have to look at my
And if you want, you
budget.
can get Ultra Despair Girls. It's probably the best one out of all
No,
of them.
no, don't play Ultra Despair Girls. It's garbage.
Play it.
No,
Oh,
like
yeah.
I'm not joking. And Diego's just memeing over there. It's actually the
Yeah.
worst.
I'd have to
I don't
look
think it's
because
horrible.
I am trying to get upgrades for everything right now too.
Mhm.
So I kind of haven't bought a new game in like 5 months.
Well, I'll just send you the links and stuff for it so you can
Alright.
look at it.
Sounds good.
But yeah, I felt emotionally attached to most of the characters in Danganronpa.
Yeah, a certain couple.
You know, there's you
Yeah.
know which ones.
So is that like all your?
It like really fucked me. Like
So
I
is that-
couldn't like do anything after like I'm done. I'm done.
So is that all your games?
Yeah, Black Ops 1.
My name is
Shattered
Kaito.
Dimensions,
Lucenary of the Stars.
Black Flag, Mortal Kombat, and Danganronpa. 3.
Nice. Well, you're welcome for getting you into the series. The best trilogy of any games ever, by the way.
It's really it's really good.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
But I
Alright.
guess that's it for games. Do you guys have any games you're currently playing that you would recommend?
Rainbow Six Siege.
Rainbow Six Siege.
Make sure you have a squad though. You don't want to solo queue with anyone.
Dead Space.
I mean, Minecraft.
Are you replaying Dead Space right now, Jason?
I'm trying to beat it on hardcore mode.
Tomb
Oh,
Raider
okay.
is available for free if you have PS Plus.
For Dead Space, the second one, there's this thing called Nightmare Mode where you can only save 3 times
Oh,
the whole game.
God.
And there's
Yeesh.
12
Well,
chapters.
I
I only got
would
to
just-
chapter 6. That's
I
as
would
far as they
look
got.
up where like the games like I would look up where like the story is in thirds and then save at every third or something.
Yeah, 1/3. That's what I mean. That's what I'm
Yeah.
doing.
That's horrible.
And if you die, you have to restart all the way back to your last checkpoint. So if you die in chapter, like, say, 10, you have to go back to 6.
Oh
You see.
gosh.
Jesus.
It's
Well,
a huge investment.
Well,
And
I
especially
think
when enemies one-shot you, too.
I thank
Yeah.
everyone for taking time out of their day to record for this. I appreciate everyone viewing this right now. Thank you to everyone again for 2,000 total channel views. That's incredible. This was a Gaming X Anime video. Again, Astronauts channel. Down in the description, check him out. Thank you again for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Probably going to have him as a regular from here on out because it just kind of makes sense.
Hey.
You had Guy, you had Diego, you had Jason, and we'll see you next time. And roll that outro.